Sunday Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we listen to all of the records. We rank them from worst to best, and we try to have a good time doing it. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's all I have for this boring episode. For this boring intro, I should say. It's probably going to be a boring episode too. But we're doing Panic at the Disco this week. They have 7 records, and like I said, we're going to rank them from worst to best. Give our biggest banger and sticker from each of them. But before we do that, we like to have a little bit of fun, and we do our 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge. That's where we connect the band of the week to our boy Tom DeLonge and Blink and various other bands. So, did you do anything this week? Did you do your homework?
No.
Okay. Well, I did.
Oh,
I did.
wow.
And this is kind of a fun one. So we start with Panic at the Disco, obviously. Their touring bass player, she was in the band from 2017 to 2023, and she did this last When We Were Young festival show. Nicole Rowe, bass player extraordinaire. She is also the bass player for Incubus. Incubus's manager, his name is Dominic Anderson. He is married to Carrie DeLonge, who is Tom DeLonge's sister.
Oh.
There you go. That's a fun little one, huh? A little fun one, huh? There you
Look
go.
at that.
Thought it was good. So that's my 6 degrees of Tom DeLonge for you.
Along comes Mary.
So let's get into the rankings. 7 Panic at the Disco records. There's really no reason why we're doing Panic at the Disco. There's no season going on, maybe indie season, but not an official one. So let's do this. Worst album, number 7. Go.
Number 7, Viva Las Vengeance, 7th record, 2022.
Yeah.
This record's bad. Like, it was embarrassing to listen to. It's sad because, like, Yuri was, kind of still is, but was like a pop icon. Great voice, great like multi-instrumentalist, and could write fucking bangers. His voice just sounds like old. And that's fine because you can still sound old and change your sound to like kind of like match this older kind of rugged crooner sound, but he's still just trying to do the fucking normal like Panic, Brandon Urie sound. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah. Musical
like,
theater. Yeah. High school.
Like, obviously
theater.
he's a better singer than most actual band's lead singers.
True.
But he used to be a great singer, and he's just not. He's not playing into his strengths on this record. And like, these songs are just fucking tired. Everything sounds cheap, like old AI cheap. And it's funny that we're in this I don't know, this year. This is 2022. But you can tell when something just sounds old AI cheap. And this is it. It's crazy because he's the same age as us. We graduated high school the same fucking year. Like, we're the same age. But yeah, this record kind of sucked. I'm sorry. I have no banger.
Don't be sorry.
No banger. I don't give a fuck. And the worst song is "God Killed Rock and Roll."
Oh, that's a bad one.
I liked him doing this kind of like Southern soul kind of pop sound. But again, dude, like, play to your strengths. Don't just be, 2012 Panic at the Disco Brandon Urie doing this because it sounds disingenuous. And also the subject material. Fucking stupid. Stupid. So yeah, Viva Las Vengeance. That's my 7.
There you go.
Not a good record.
My number 7 is also Viva Las Vengeance. I will say, this is not a band I like. I don't like this band. Just going to preface this right now. I'm going to try to be as positive as I can through
that
a lot
means
of
it's all going to be negative.
because I know people are going to bitch and complain, but I'm going to try to be as positive as I can.
I'm going to bitch and complain.
But yeah, I don't like this band. I really do not like this band. And so my number 7, Viva Las Vengeance, 7th record from 2023. Their last record they put out before they did that official split. And yeah, this record sucks. This record, he tried to go back and do like this old kind of old timey feel. So they recorded it to 8-track tape, and honestly, they did a terrible job. The production sounds flat. The mix is fucking horrendous. It's just sonically, this is a terrible sounding record. And this just sounds like he's pandering to fans. Like, it sounds like he's trying to make a Taylor Swift record. And the AI thing, I get it. That makes sense. Like, your AI comparison, that I could totally see that. This sounds
old
like
AI.
Yeah, it just sounds so derivative and pandering, and like he's trying to write, like I said, trying to write a Taylor Swift record. And the lyrics are next level bad. Like, he's not a great lyricist. He's really not. No. And these are just like really bad. And Tammy's yelling in Korean.
What's she
The
saying?
dogs. I don't know. She's telling him to go to sleep. So, so yeah, I have no banger on this record. This record sucks. Like, it truly sucks. Stinker was it God Save Rock and Roll? That one was really bad. But
God killed rock and roll.
God Killed Rock and Roll. Sorry, that song is so fucking bad. But a song is worse than that. Star Spangled Banner. Star Spangled Banger. That's what it is actually.
Yeah, banger.
It's horrendous. That anthemic chorus is just so awful. The quick vocal delivery and the verses are equally as, if not worse, than the chorus. And he likes to do that quick vocal delivery. He likes a lot of words, which we'll get into on the main episode. But no, this record sucks. Bassline's cool though, and then the song. But anyway, the record sucks. Number 6. What do you got? Go.
Too weird to live, too rare to die. Fourth record, 13. People like this record a lot. This is kind of like a popular one. Actually, these are all popular except for Viva Las Vengeance. That's the only record that's kind of like universally hated by fans. But Too Weird to Live, I don't know, dude. Down-tempo electronic pop music, I don't give a fuck about. I think it's boring. I think it's a genre of music that is best left without vocals, right? I think it should just be music-driven and background at best. And we follow this dude, Blustery. He does like a genre-phobic thing, and he breaks down a different genre of music all the time. And this is one of the ones where, I don't know if it's called down-tempo electronic pop music, but whatever genre-specific thing that is, it's just best left as like background music. Like that's it. It shouldn't be anything else. And you definitely should not make a record out of it. And you definitely shouldn't try to like sing and write songs around it, because this album does not show his best songwriting, his best singing, his musicianship. Everything here is just weak pop music. And they can make good fucking pop songs. But this is like the worst of it. Except for Viva Las Vengeance, which is a joke of a record. But I think this is completely fucking linear and flat and boring. Collar, like a collar, pop your collar. Mm-hmm. That's my banger. Just because it reminded me so much of Black Audio. It was laughable. And then Girls, Girls, Boys. That was my weakest song, my stinker. Like, the fuck kind of Devo bullshit is this? Like, that song was a stinker. That song was garbage.
Okay. My number 6 is Death of a Bachelor, 5th record from 2016. This is the first kind of like real solo Brendan Urie Panic at the Disco record. Dallin Weeks, the bass player, was demoted during the making it, or just before they started making this record. He was demoted from a full-time member to a touring member. That's fucked up. And then he ended up leaving the band after this tour. But yeah, Brendan decided to work with a bunch of songwriters, which is not a bad thing. This is a very pop-oriented record, which is also not a bad thing. We hear a lot of great pop records, but man, dude, this record sucks, man. He's so over the top, and his voice, which I'm gonna save for them. I'm gonna save a lot of this for the main episode, but his voice, he just sounds so arrogant, so much of the time. And reading things about him, like outside of the band, he just seems like a little arrogant, a little annoying, very annoying. But yeah, I think this is just a bad solo record. I think the songs are very unfocused. I'm just not a fan of his vocals at all, and this is very, 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 very vocal heavy. So Death of a Bachelor, my number 6. Don't have a banger because these songs suck. Stinker,
damn, girl.
Victorious is really bad, or the title track, Death of a Bachelor. That one's really, really bad. Just too over the top.
You're saying wild stuff. You're saying wild stuff.
Way too over the top.
Okay.
So 6, Death of a Bachelor. What do you got for number 5? Go.
Number 5, Vices and Virtues, 3rd record. Felt he got his hands in this one. And I don't think that's terrible, because Panic, after their first 2 records, are essentially just this. Like, this could just be Panic's first record in the next iteration of Panic without being something different and unique. Like, this is the beginning of Brendan co-opting the Panic name for himself, essentially. So I think this is like a transition record. The death of the old kind of like punk-driven Panic into just strictly pop music. And it's fine. I really have nothing negative to say about this, but I'd have nothing positive to say. This is just, it's fine. Nearly Witches, that was the last song. I thought that was cool. That was kind of like the last true hurrah of incorporating, I think, like Broadway stage play into their music. Mm-hmm. But the stinker was always, I've been here, Always. That's an acoustic kind of ballad shit. You probably fucking love that song.
We'll
whatever.
see.
Vice and Virtues, I don't care about. Moving on.
All right. Number 5 for me, Pray for the Wicked, 6th record from 2018. Another, he's in the solo era of Panic at the Disco. And, every song on here sounds like it's meant to be like a hype song or a bumper song for some commercial, for the NFL, like commercial break, bumper music for a commercial break, or out of a commercial break back into the football game or whatever sporting event. These sound like bumper songs. These sound like songs where there's just a chorus. That's a hook. That's all you need. Everything else is just filler in the song. That's what these songs are. To me, that's what I hear. Whatever. Some of it might be catchy, but it's just, goddamn, dude, they're just better. Bumper music is just not very good in general. It's just
what do you
filler,
perceive as bumper music, right? Like, there's not a genre called bumper music that's like objective.
But it's like modern Atreyu. Like the last 3 Atreyu records, 3 Atreyu records, it's all bumper music. It's all hype music. It's all, let's just focus on the chorus, the hook, fuck the rest of the song. Everything's just going to be a loop of the hook of that chorus. And that's how I feel this record is. Banger, I have no banger. I don't. I wish.
No, you stink. You better not be.
Dude,
you better not.
I really wanted to go into all of this. I thought it was going to get better. I'll just
Why
say
would you
right
think that? He gets more pop.
I know. I thought, okay, he gets more pop. Maybe it'll be something I really enjoy. Maybe there's some really cool electronic shit. Maybe there's some really cool pop elements, some funk stuff. Maybe he throws in there some soul stuff in there. That's really
you don't
cool.
even like funk or soul or any of that shit.
But I fucking like it than some of the shit I hear on the early records. But anyway, yeah, I was really, really disappointed this week. I really was. I wanted to like this shit. I went with a very open mind.
As you always do.
As I always, yeah, of course. This fucking guy. Of course I do.
That was a good one.
So, yeah, anyway, Pray for the Wicked. Oh, Stinker. Hey, Look, Ma, I Made It. Hate that fucking song. Hate that song so much. So what do you got for number 4?
Pray for the Wicked, 6th record. I don't mind full on pop Yuri. I think it's fun. I think this is full of like crazy catchy melodies. Like he abandons all hope of returning to their true form here, but that's okay. Whatever. I don't think this record's anything bigger than the song High Hopes. And I think other than that, it's just a solid pop album from this era. It's exactly what I would expect. It's very formulaic. Especially the deeper you get into the record, it's not that great, but it's not bad. There's not like a song on here that's like, that was a fucking terrible song. But it sits here because of High Hopes. That song's a fucking banger, dude. That's a song that like, I always think that I don't like, and I always think like, oh, that song's never played, or oh, that's so fucking cheesy and stupid. But man, dude, it's so fucking catchy. It is such a banger. It's so insanely catchy, and everything just feels so big. This band does a really good job at making things just feel huge, very big, very, very theatrical big, right?
Yeah.
And like when you watch like stage actors perform in like movies, you can always tell like, oh, he's a stage actor because the way he stands is fucking weird. And no like real person turns that way. And same thing with blocking for like TV shows. Like, I watch Seinfeld fucking every single night when I go to bed, and the way you block sitcoms is so much fucking different than the way you block like a movie. Like the way you turn, right? You always turn towards the camera, but it's unnatural and fucking weird. Same with like vocally, the way you make your voice sound on record like this is so much different than you would in like a play or whatever it is. But I don't know, it makes sense because he was a Broadway boy in this era of the band. He was on Kinky Boots, the Cyndi Lauper penned. She did the soundtrack to that, so he was very theatrical in that, and he wrote High Hopes before he was cast in the Broadway performance of Kinky Boots. So I don't know, it's cool. That song's fucking good, dude. That's I know we didn't do a top 10 or whatever, but that would have been in my top 10.
Yeah, I mean, you could have still done it, but
I did. I did 4 songs because the 6 out of my top 10 are gonna. I guess we'll get to it later. But go ahead.
Yeah. So number 4 for me, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die, 4th record, 2013. Why'd you sigh like a sigh of relief?
Because I'm wondering where you're gonna put Fever. I think it might be 3. I'm hoping it's 2.
So this one, Butch Walker came back to produce this one. Last record was Spencer Smith on drums because he left because of drugs. But this takes a way more pop approach to their whole style, moving a little bit away from the punk stuff and all that. It's very much more pop and dance, very, very dancey, very 90s late pop, or very late 90s pop and hip hop as well. Thrown in there because he likes to throw a lot of words in there. He likes to talk fast, speak fast. But yeah, big giant choruses, something that they weren't really doing too much of on the first couple records, but massive giant choruses, very, very vocal driven, more vocal driven than anything they had kind of done prior to this. And yeah, I don't think it's that great, but there actually is a pretty good song on here. I will say that, pretty good song on here. Girl That You Love, very electronic, not really like anything they've ever done. It actually reminds me a lot of the Stranger Things theme song, which actually you and I were talking about before the pod, but it's just like this really cool kind of electronic thing going on, and I wish they would have kind of gone more into that direction. And
they literally did on their first fucking record.
No, they did. No, they have elements of it on their first record, but
elements is fucking half the record.
We'll get into it. We're not talking about A Fever. We're not talking about that record. So, Stinker, Miss Jackson. I hate this song. Big, mid-tempo, Feldy kind of sounding song. I know Feldy didn't do this record, but yeah, the big O's, and it just reminds me of like modern Atreyu. I fucking hate this song, Miss Jackson. It's terrible. And I get it was like their big single, their big hit. It's still not a good song. I don't care. So number 4, Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. What do you got for number 3? Go.
It's funny you mentioned bumper music earlier, then said Stranger Things, because that intro to Stranger Things is such a good song, but that's fucking bumper. That's a theme song.
Yes.
And you just, as soon as you can skip intro, you skip intro. But it's still great for the first 10 seconds before you can skip the intro.
Yeah. Like the first 3 times you watch, 3-4 times you watch, you're like, I'll watch the whole thing. I'll listen to the whole thing. It's really good. But then after that, it's bumper music. It's
you just need 10 seconds of it. Not even 5 seconds of it, really. But it's good. All right, number 3, Death of a Bachelor. Something you ranked super, super low. That's fine, though.
I do want to mention something about this. After you're done, I want to mention something about this particular record. But continue.
This is the first Fish Brendan Urie project under the Panic name. He's really trying. You're right. It's fucking over the top. He's got the Sinatra-esque kind of croony shit going on. He's got the uber dance pop numbers. But there's remnants here of a band that took the world by storm. He tries to recapture that kind of swing Broadway sound, but it is one-dimensional comparatively to what I think is their best record. But these songs hit fucking hard. They're pretty much all catchy. They're all fun. And that's what he does best. Yes, he's over the top. He's a fucking theater kid that's just not annoying. He appreciates theater.
He's not annoying.
But you think all theater is annoying. You think anybody in a play's fucking annoying. You just don't like theater at all. Yes, that's 100% true.
No.
And you'll pretend Sound of Music's the best musical of all time, and I like Singing in the Rain. But you don't like theater. That's just
Singing in the Rain is the
let's be real here. You just don't like theater. So anything that in the realm of theater performances, you don't like.
That's not true.
That is 100% true.
It's not true. No,
anytime we really do anything on the pod about theater, you don't like it.
I really appreciate and I understand how great theater actually is. Musical theater, I think it's fantastic.
You understand, but you don't appreciate.
No, I appreciate it.
No, you don't.
Absolutely, I do.
Now you're lying. I don't know why you're lying, but you're lying.
But we'll get more into it on the main episode. I'm not going to go too deep into a dive.
Just because you say these little posters from our high school days doesn't mean you actually appreciate it.
Okay, we'll get into that later.
You don't like theater, and that's fine.
Not
I never
true.
like theater. I don't really like chocolate. So when someone gives me a Hershey bar, I'm good. I don't like that shit.
I don't like chocolate.
That's fine. You don't like theater. It's not a big deal. But the title track, "Death of a Bachelor," I think a lot of the reason why you don't like this record too, and this is the main critique I have of this, is that all the drum beats are just fucking trap beats. They're all fucking trap beats, and it's annoying.
Notice that.
And "Death of a Bachelor," that's a fucking good song. That might be his best vocal performance ever. If any song he's ever done, but it's set to a fucking trap beat. And it's so annoying.
Let me say this too. I think Brendan Urie is a really good singer. I think he has a fantastic voice. I think he's a great musician. Absolutely great musician. Great guitar player. Great drummer. He's a fantastic singer.
Big
I
butt.
can't stand him.
Good. That
Just
makes
saying
sense.
that. Just saying that. I hate his voice. I hate his voice. But I think he's great. I really do think he's great. But I hate his voice. And I
Okay.
hate his songs. But I think he's a good singer.
Cool, dude. Thanks for clearing that up for us. That was good.
Oh, shit.
That was good.
All right,
that was
so-
a good one.
So Death of a Bachelor.
Sometimes you're funny.
What's your stinker on here?
Emperor's New Clothes. This is the one that was closest to like the proggy cabaret pop punk thing that was, I think, so unique and successful about this band. But here it's completely processed. It's lost all of its heart, and it just sounds like they're trying to recapture something. But it's still pretty good.
Okay.
I like this record. I would take it home and listen to it.
But this is not vinyl worthy. Like you probably wouldn't keep it. You would just listen.
I wouldn't keep it, no. But I would take it home and listen to it just because of the pod, right? It would be fun to listen to, but I wouldn't keep it, no.
Good. So one thing I want to mention about this record, Death of a Bachelor, I didn't bring it up because I just forgot. But Death of a Bachelor, 2016. The one and only time I ever saw Panic at the Disco live was during this tour. And how I know this, I've been cleaning out my garage, and I've been finding a lot of old shit in my garage, and I found the ticket stub for that show. So if you look right here, Weezer headlined Panic at the Disco. It was a co-headlining tour, but Weezer technically headlined.
Yeah, that was the White Album.
It was the White Album, yeah.
Racist.
And Panic played before them, and they were great. Panic was great. They were really, really good. Once again, I don't like their music, but Brendan was great. He was all over the place. He's a great frontman. He really is.
He was great at everything.
And at this show, fucking teenage girls, like young girls all around us, screaming for Brendan, loving Brendan. They finished their set. Weezer came on. Half those girls left. Just fucking left.
For
It was
sure.
wild. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen
Weezer,
anything like it.
dude, like, again, I love Weezer. I'll make excuses fucking until I'm blue in the face. But Weezer peaked at Pinkerton, and that was it. Like, not even that. Weezer peaked at Blue, and like that was it for them. And they had some hits here and there, and because of Pinkerton, they've stayed relevant. And like everything will be all right. It's obviously a great record, and they have a lot of stuff that is really cool. But Weezer peaked at Blue.
I peaked at Pinkerton, but that's okay. So let's move on. Number 3 for me is A Fever You Can't Sweat Out.
There it is.
The album of the week is my third favorite Panic at the Disco record. So we're not going to get into this record just yet. That's going to be on the main episode. So anybody listening,
What do you
like? You just need to shut up if you're listening. Just listen to the main episode. We're going to break it down, get into it. So
Oh
go do
yeah,
that.
Vices. You like Vices.
What do you got for number 3 then?
Number 3, Death of a Bachelor. I said number 2
Oh, 2.
is Pretty Odd.
Sorry.
I kind of want to save my Pretty Odd for when you get into it,
Okay.
just because obviously my number 1's gonna be Fever. So I think the only big difference here, is going to be Pretty Odd, and then Vices, which you like a lot. I think I'm gonna save. So my banger for Pretty Odd is Do You Know What I'm Seeing? Do you see what I see? This is the most musical play sounding song on the record here for sure. Love it. And then She Had the World is my stinker. Even though I do like what he's doing in the song. The harpsichord ballroom dance song was kind of fucking cool. Very classical, very demure. But like the guitar is taking over on lead vocals. Dude, shut the fuck up. This is why this turned into a Brendan Urie side project or a whatever thing. It's because you sing here. But anyway, I kind of want to save my full thing of Pretty Odd until you go over it, and then I
That's
can just
fine.
pick yours apart and get mad. 'Cause I think this is your number 1.
We'll see. So my number 2 is Vices and Virtues,
Yes, it
third
is.
record from 2011. This record, John Feldman co-produced this record up front, and then they weren't really that satisfied with what they did with Feldy, so they went to Butch Walker, who obviously did Nevermind and a bunch of great records. And then so there's co-writing credits and songwriting credits between everybody. This is also the first record without Ryan Ross and the bass player, what's his name, Scott Walker. So this is pretty much just the first kind of true Brendan Urie solo record because he played everything on the record except for the drums, and but it's very big sounding. It's a very vocal driven because Feldy Feldy loves the big vocals. He likes vocal-driven songs. He likes massive choruses. He likes bumper music. He likes hype music. That is Feldy. Feldy's production technique since like 2007 or 8. That's been him. That's been Feldy. Not anything wrong with it, I guess, for some people, but whatever. But Vices and Virtues, it's fine. I just, in the end, I just don't really care about this record too much. It's a little bit more stripped down from the first record actually the first 2 records. It's a bit more stripped down. It's not as complex. Just straightforward. It's just a straightforward kind of pop rock record. That's what it is.
It is. It's fucking
straightforward pop rock record.
This should be middle ground Panic. Like I put it at 5 out of 7, which it could have been 4. Who gives a fuck? But this is middle ground Panic. There's nothing defining about it other than like, it's pretty good.
Banger, Memories. It's kind of cool. Stinker, The Calendar, just that anthemic cheesy shit. I don't like it, but it does have a really cool like Exotica outro to it, so that's rad. But otherwise, this record is just, who cares? I just don't care. I don't care about this band.
I think you did get Butch Walker and Butch Vig mixed up though.
You're right. I did get Butch. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Before you get butchered by somebody.
Yes, like, Butch Vig is completely different from Butch Walker. 100%. Yes. Yeah, you're right.
But like no one's name is Butch except for those 2 guys and then Bruce Willis in fucking Pulp Fiction. So who gives a shit?
No, you're absolutely right.
And a dog, right? A fucking dog.
I fucked that up. So
but I knew someone was probably going to eviscerate you at some point because of it. So let's just nip that in the butt right now.
Mm-hmm. So.
And I know it's not Bud, it's Bud, but what? I don't give a fuck.
2 of these dogs. Banging on the door. So my number 1, Pretty Odd. Your number 1, obviously A Fever. So we'll get into that in a few minutes. But Pretty Odd. Here we go. Second record, 2008, last with Ryan Ross and the bass player. So yeah, this record really isn't too bad. They've ditched a lot of the theatric stuff from the first record. It's a little bit more indie rock. It's a little bit more experimental, but not in an annoying way. It's much more collaborative as well, because the first record was mostly Ryan Ross, but the other guys had a lot more to do with this record. And Ryan Ross does a lot of great harms. He has a couple lead vocal parts, which are significantly better than Brendan Urie's stuff.
That's
because
wild. He's a shit singer.
But he's just not he's not a great singer, but he's not like Brendan Urie objectively is a better singer. Hands down. I totally agree with that.
He's a theater singer. He sings as if he's singing to a live audience.
Brendan Urie is a good singer. He has a great voice. I can't stand it. Ryan Ross, not a great singer, but to me it's like I can
He's just like
deal
the most
with it better.
Boring fucking singer. Like
exactly.
He sings backup.
But I just dislike Brendan Urie's voice so much that I'd rather hear like just about anybody else sing. And I like bad music. I do like bad music.
That's all you like is bad music.
Okay, settle down. It's not
notoriously like the worst taste ever and fucking known to mankind.
But otherwise, no. I thought it was a cool kind of way, kind of progression for the band, moving away from the theater stuff more into more like
so
indie
much
rock.
like folk tunes and shit.
And I think that's way better than what I don't like folk music, but that's how
the
bad
only thing
I
you
think
hate
the
worse
first
than
record
folk music is just like theater music.
Is the first Panic record, yes. So that's why I like this more. I just whatever. I don't know. That's really. One other thing on this record, I think it's badly mixed. I think the way the guitars are on, like, there's like one guitar on one side, bass on one side, and it wasn't mixed right. It just sounds fucked up when you listen to it with headphones on. That I do not like about it at all. But yeah, banger. Do you know what I'm seeing? Stinker. I have friends in holy places. This is just that fucking stupid vaudeville sounding song with that old timey filter. I hate that shit so much. And there's so much of that in Panic's music. I hate it. Fuck, I hate it. So
it's funny too, because like, do you know what I'm seeing? Is like that's the most musical sounding song on this record.
I know.
That
I'm not opposed
be, like,
to musicals.
Straight from a musical.
I'm
Yes,
not
you
opposed.
are.
No, I'm not.
You only
I'm
like
not.
the musicals that are like tried and true, like the staples. Like I like the missionary position of musicals. Like you like just the fucking ones everybody fucking likes. That like are objectively good, right? Like Sound of Music may be the best
It
musical
is
of
the
all
greatest
fucking
musical.
time.
Yeah, hands down.
It might be. I don't know if it is.
It is.
But like
said it
those are the ones you like. Like, come on.
That's fine. Yeah, because they
And
are.
that's
great.
fine, of course.
Yeah, I'm pulling a skip here. I only like the best. Anything that's not the best, I don't like.
True. That is true. You're being you're being Skipples right now.
If they didn't do it first, if they didn't do the best,
If they didn't do
fuck
it
'em.
first or the best, then it's fucking trash.
then fuck them. Yeah.
Then fuck them.
So yes. Anyway, what stupid counter arguments do you have with the Pretty Odd thing, or do you?
No, that was it. I just didn't understand because this, like, it's more folky. Overall, it's a more folky approach to A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. And I thought, like, you hate fucking folk music with a passion. And then
I don't hate
also
it with
the
a
singing.
passion.
You
Come
absolutely fucking hate folk music. Like, you have.
I don't.
How much folk do you have in your vinyl collection?
Probably none.
And don't say Neil Young because, like, come on, that's not.
I mean,
really
Neil
fucking
Young,
folk
yes.
music.
I mean, yeah, I really don't have any folk music. I mean, closest would be Neil Young. A lot of Neil
Yeah.
Young.
And then the other thing was like the singing. Like Ryan as a singer is just not good.
No,
like it's
he's-
so jarring. Like, oh my god, why the
Well,
fuck
it's not
did you?
jarring. It's just
Whoa,
very.
It's jarring.
It's just
'Cause
very
you have
like
a guy
middle
that
of the road.
can fucking carry not just a tune, but can carry like a room. He can like project his voice if he wants to, high and low. Right? He can like speak loudly to an auditorium full of like live people watching him and whisper, but also he can like sing and belt it out. That's what a real singer does, right? Like an operatic singer from the diaphragm belting it
know.
out. You don't know because you think fucking
great.
Pretty Odd is number one. So obviously you don't know.
Well, we'll get more into it on the main episode.
I'm already mad. I'm
That's
already
fine.
mad.
You're always mad, and people listen.
Mad
are always
last
mad.
week. I'm mad this week.
And people are always saying, Tyler is or like two people always say, Tyler is such a shit take. I can't wait until I only get 5 or 10 minutes into the episode when I hear Tyler's shit take. I expect to hear Tyler's shit take on this.
then maybe like the common denominator is one thing. I mean, the common
Well,
denominator.
it's like
also
two people,
like
but it's like two people have said that like in the last like month. They're like, I can't wait to hear another one of Tyler's shit takes on whatever band we're doing.
you have a lot of shit takes. You really do. You have like a lot of like little shit takes,
Well,
and I'll
I
have
think
some
big
big shit take.
Anyway, we'll get into it later. So anyway, yeah, we're doing A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. That's the main episode. We're gonna get more into that. We're gonna have some fun doing that. But thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's all we have for this episode. And that's it. That's all.